Legend of War here, and today we're doing a rating you one-man Doomstack, where this player here has basically done everything you could reasonably expect a player to do to max out Skulltaker here. So it's going to take us a fair few minutes to go over all the things that he's actually done to make Skulltaker an absolute beast. So just having a look at just the raw stats, we're on 15,000 health, 293 armor, he's unbreakable, 85 speed, melee attack 145, melee defense 106, and weapon strength 1.5 thousand, charge bonus 88. So let's read out the email here and then just start going through this bit by bit and then fight the battle that's here. Going up against Archaon, Wurzag, Oracles of Zinch, and Belagar Ironhammer, which have obviously been teleported over here using console commands, which I've got no problem to do if you're going to do that for the sake of testing a super one-man Doomstack. So he says, "Hi Legend, hope you are doing well. Please find attached one-man Doomstack submission for Skulltaker. He's got the Helm of Draesker trait, but I didn't manage to get the Sister Sword nor the Grail Knight tomb trait, unfortunately. Okay, I don't really care too much about the Sister Sword trait, because that's 10 melee attack and melee defense. The melee defense is definitely good, but your melee defense is already super good anyway. As for the Grail Knight tomb trait, I'm not entirely sure if you can get that playing as Khorne. You guys let me know in the comments if it is actually possible. But, you know, you can go through the entire campaign and just never encounter that unusual location. That's just sometimes what happens. And he does have the Nemesis Crown. His resistances are through the roof, to the point that I didn't have to get some of the mandatory physical resistance traits, which allowed to farm more secondary traits for fun. I maxed his Skull Cape and got every single resource building that gives stat boost, health, armor, spell resistance, melee attack. So just in case you're not familiar with Khorne, there are certain resources such as medicinal herbs, which provide hit points plus 2% all characters faction-wide. So he's gone around and got all of those across the world, apparently, which obviously that's not too difficult to do playing a Skulltaker since you're able to teleport. You just got to be able to see where they are. Okay, and then it says, so on paper he should be the max of his potential. I put him on the Blood Shrine for regen and good anti-infantry animation. He has a few banners for you to choose from. If you want to boost his speed, give a secondary Mortis engine, extra regen, or give him extra melee attack defense. He's going up against 4 full stacks of Orc, Zinch, Chaos Warriors, and Dwarfs. I got the Orc Endgame Crisis, which I figured would not give a good challenge, so I instead teleported him with console commands, some armies that were on the map that could make it more interesting. Yeah, I agree with what you did here, because honestly, there is probably no one more difficult to defeat in a duel than Archaon the Everchosen. He's got extremely high melee attack and melee defense. If anyone is going to dish out serious damage to Skulltaker, it's going to be Archaon. And then of course you've got Wurzag here, who's stripped him of all of his spell resistance, and because Archaon has Spirit Leech, that's actually going to end up doing some damage here. Now, let's go through some of the traits that he did actually manage to get as well, and his equipment. So he's got the Weird Plate. That's the best one to get because it's got the most amount of ward save. His physical resistance wouldn't be a problem because he just naturally has super high physical resistance, especially because of his faction mechanic, which I'll just show that real quick. If you get this here, physical resistance 1% for each Cloak of Skulls improvement, so that's 30 in total, so 30% physical resistance on top of his innate physical resistance, on top of everything else. You just don't need the Armor of Destiny's extra 5% physical resistance. But anyway, Chainsword over here, so that'll provide huge amounts of damage output. You got Talisman of Preservation, Potion of Healing. Now the Potion of Healing I think is going to be redundant because I think we should use the Blood Feast advance. So I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here. I'm going to put on the Rock of Inevitability. But you could also put on the Bloodstone, but this is going to be totally, just don't need it. And I'm going to take him off the Blood Throne here because it's a bigger mount and you're going up against a lot of single entities. So the bigger you are, the more likely someone's going to be able to hit you. And this is actually not a very good combat mount. You don't need anti-infantry. So I'm going to put him on his Juggernaut mount. And that's going to increase his combat stats further. But one thing, this bug has been in the game since forever. When you switch your mount and you've got a lot of hit point upgrades, it drops down your health. But luckily with Skulltaker's mechanic, we can just fight a battle. And this will just give him back his full health. So no big deal for him. So that should be, yep, straight back to full health. So now we did also lose a little bit of max health, but that's fine because this is a small amount. We're going to be a better fighter with this. Okay, then we're looking at the like physical resistance stuff. So it's 70% physical resistance, 45% ward save. So yeah, he's at 115% physical resistance, so 25% over the maximum. So yeah, you really didn't need to get any more physical resistance traits whatsoever. And you can see here, all of his spell resistance has been stripped, but the ward save will compensate for that, so you'll have 45% spell resistance. If we have a look over here, we've got loads of traits. We've got the Wade Through Gore, Wanderer No More, Draysker's Power, that's a good one to have, that he mentioned that in the email. 20% hit points, ward save there. He's got some ones here that he really doesn't need. Pride Assassin, yep. Let's have a look. Good, yeah, you want anything that provides melee defense. Deep Cleaner, that's good. Anti-Large is good. Anything that's providing lots of melee defense, really good to see there. So he defeated Scarbrand, got an extra bit of weapon strength for his entire army. Yep. All really good stuff here. Missile resistance, that's good. Yep. Really good stuff here. So he did get some, like, bad traits. Like Rogue Hunter, for example. This indicates to me that he didn't use the trait manager. It doesn't look like he cheated to do this. I mean, as far as you can just cheat naturally within the game anyway. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Let's jump in here and attack the Tzeentchian army. Because if we attack Archaon, then Belegar doesn't show up. Also, really appreciate the fact that he didn't actually get the Sword of Cain. Because yeah, if we did get the Sword of Cain maxed out, what is that, 25 or 35% extra physical resistance? It's been so long since I've actually had it, I can't remember what it is when it's maxed out. But if it's 35%, that'd get him to, what, 80% ward save? So, yeah, that would make him practically invincible. But let's see how he goes without it. So make sure we put the Blood Feasters banner on because we need that regen. And let's jump in here up against 4 armies simultaneously. So I think the Grail Knight trait, I've never actually obtained it myself. I think that one does provide a bit of extra ward save. No, 15, yeah, because it provides the Lady's Blessing. So that would have provided 15% ward save. Right. But yeah, I just don't know if you can actually get that playing as Khorne. You guys will have to let me know if that's possible. Could just simply be a case of if you just play long enough, you'll eventually get it. Just like with the Draysker, Helm of Draysker. Okay, so we should probably wait for the enemy reinforcements to come in. We'll be able to take out the enemy infantry easily enough using the Nemesis Crown. And I'm just wondering, okay, just stay in here for now, wait for the enemy reinforcements to show up. Because obviously if we just charge in them right now, that would actually be to our advantage. So we want them to bring as much as possible in. Make it as tough as we possibly can. But they're searching for us. Wait for your damn reinforcements, you moron. Oh, they found us? Okay. Oh, and they got flying units that we can't attack. Not that they're going to be able to do much to us anyway. Okay, well, we're in combat now. Here we go. So yeah, we got ridiculous combat stats. Like, when you've got a melee attack over 200, so in order to have any chance of, like, increasing the defense of that by, let's see, blocking it even by an additional 1%, because you also got a base 8% chance of blocking something. You would need something like 170 melee defense, which I don't think Archaon has. Alright, well, we're stuck in the fight. Let's get this down. We want to clear out as much of this chaff as we possibly can so we can get down to dueling. Oh, okay. Yep, all good, all good. Where are the Warriors of Chaos? Oh, they're probably... Oh, there he is. Okay. So he's doing Spirit Leeches. We need to get rid of Archaon as soon as possible, because without that spell resistance, we are going to take a fair bit of damage from that. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Fighting in the forest is actually to our advantage a little bit. It's going to lower the enemy melee attack a little bit, especially Archaon's. Because lowering our melee attack is no big deal. Because even at 156 melee attack, we should be smashing through Archaon no problem. Yeah, it's still not going to be able to block that whatsoever. However, his melee attack might get through our melee defense. Maybe you should have gotten the traits from the swords. Well, things are getting destroyed just from the Mortis engine effect. I'm not going to be able to actually visually get in there and actually see what's going on. It's just the effect from the Mortis engine just causes too much visual effects. So we haven't taken much damage yet. And I don't think he's actually landed a proper hit on Archaon because he would inflict 3,000 damage. I think what's happening here is it's all just the Mortis engine effect that's going on. But if we have a look at Archaon again. Yeah, Archaon's doing a fair bit of damage. I think that's all through Spirit Leeches, because I think this is just happening really derpy at the moment. Everyone's just pushing each other around. Got this as well. But, okay, there. He definitely landed a hit there. Huge amount of health got dropped. How are we going for charging this? 85%. Man, 3.5 thousand damage without any additional boosts. So you can still increase it further with Deadly Onslaught. If we get rid of all the infantry, we can maybe start running back and charging into them. That would actually be better for dishing out damage to their single entities. We're fast enough that if... Okay, he's actually kind of on the edge there. If I can just get myself out... Okay, he's really close to Archaon. Just land a hit if you can. I wonder if maybe being on foot might have made him better. Oh, I think he got a hit on Archaon. No. No, because he would have done more damage than that. We don't need to use either of these. It's not going to make any difference. Yeah, I think he's only landed one hit on Archaon so far. The rest of it's just been Mortis engine damage from the Nemesis Crown. So we've currently inflicted 900 casualties. And I think all the damage that Archaon is doing is just from Spirit Leech. So if we didn't have Wurzag here, Archaon would be doing jack shit damage, because he'd be at maximum spell resistance for sure. Can't really click on Archaon. Yeah, it's a bit of damage, but you know, we got 14,000 health. So 75% of that is as regen. I can't do that maths in my head. It's probably about 10,000 health. That's how much we can regen. Okay, we're right on the edge here. Let's get back and let's try to utilize this charge bonus. If I could just pull through a little bit. We've got enough speed, but what we lack here is mass. Come on, can you? Yeah, look, he's rubber banding a fair bit. Come on, pull through, pull through. That's not doing anything to us. Pull through, because I want to be charging in. Come on, charge through. Okay, I think we're out. Oh, those guys gonna stop us? No, they're not gonna let us get away. Oh, hang on, hang on. Hang on, can we get out? Come on, get out. Not like we're in danger, I just actually want to duel some single entity characters. Okay, come on, I need this back. So even with 88 speed, yeah, he would have perfect vigor. Alright, and we've done 1,371 kills so far. Yeah, his Archaon's still doing that. Alright, we want to put a stop to Archaon first, because yeah, that is it's like a non-trivial amount of damage. As opposed to the other guys doing trivial damage. Prince Olgrax has done a fair bit. Just get them back a little bit. And then turn around. And let's see how this goes. Well, the end times has been ended. With a one-shot there, pretty much. Alright, take out this Prince Olgrax. Oh yeah, like... Basically, with that kind of weapon strength, most of these heroes are going to go down in 2 hits. All of these cockatrices are going to be a bit of a problem, just because they're not letting us get away. Now we're stuck again. Just wait until the infantry get over here before we pop down the Nemesis Crown again. I don't know why I did that. Are the Arachnaroks doing anything? Yeah, a bit. A bit. Oh yeah, because everything that Wurzag has also has magical attacks, because that's what he does, he provides magical attacks to the entire army. Right. So yeah, they would be quite dangerous to them because they got a lot of anti-large. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Oh, we've been pinned down due to Wurzag's ability. Seems like the infantry are not really willing to... Can I get out? Can we get out? Oh, that's some serious rubber banding there. Can we get out? Okay, yep, we can get out. Alright. Well, we're right at the edge of the map here. So I don't know if they're going to pin us down. So these cockatrices are... We should be faster than them, but as they're pursuing us, they do tend to get a bit of a speed bonus. Just put that down there. Oh, hang on. Probably dodge that, actually. Yeah, pop it down there. Now, killing Wurzag will not like return our spell resistance either, because it applies on the campaign map, and it'll only be restored once Wurzag, once the battle is over and Wurzag is killed. Okay, that's it. Get back a little bit. Let's see if we can kill Prince Ograx. Looks like we'll be charging uphill. This one here, that's not going to do anything to us. Here we go. Yeah, finish him off. Yep, and as usual, single entities just can't really... Oh no, you actually did it. Okay, good. Thought I was just going to hump him all the way to the end of the map. Alright, let's get to more on even ground, because what was that? Oh, flame cannon. Okay. Best we stay away from them so they don't kill their own units. Alright, so let's see if we can kill these cockatrices. That'd be good to get rid of them because they've been a nuisance. Gotta click the buttons even though they're not really doing anything. So that's probably just gonna die from the mortar ascension effect. Yeah, and get rid of that one as well. Oh, that's so much damage. This is fully charged now. So yeah, 3.9 thousand. The only character I think that can get more damage than this might be Kolek. Because Kolek can't actually get the chainsword. But if he gets enough vassals, he can just increase his damage output by a ridiculous degree. Anyway, yeah, take out some of these Arachnaroks because they are preventing us from being able to run around them. I do find that the execute ability for Skulltaker is a little bit useless because he does so much damage, and in order to execute something, you have to land a hit. Whereas Yuan Bo, the other character that can do the execution stuff, and I guess Brag the Gothman, you can activate that ability by casting Shem's Burning Gaze. Yeah, see, he constantly gets stun locked. So it was just about to make an attack. It just keeps getting disrupted. There we go. This is why we don't want to be in a massive blob. I don't know why they're sending in these horrors in melee. Maybe they feel like they can't really do anything with their spells. Okay, I'd still much rather hit and run on these big creatures because we're just not really hitting, and it's just a... This would happen with just about every character, unless the character absolutely cannot be stun locked. So, just some examples of characters that tend not to get stun locked is like maybe Taurox. So yeah, we don't want them using their flame cannons to kill their own troops. That's totally unacceptable. Okay, they've taken that one off. Same thing with their grudge throwers. Rock lobbers. Same thing. Actually, no, it's not. These are way worse than grudge throwers. Good, they've gone off. Belagar hasn't inflicted any damage. Okay, let's just get in here because we've got this one ready. Pop it down. But yeah, I think the Arachnarok spiders are doing a pretty damn good job at just constantly disrupting us. We're actually at our max regen, so we must have taken about 10,000 damage at this point. Understandable, just about everything has got magical attacks. And even with all this melee defense, there's always a chance of them landing a hit. And constantly getting stun locked by the Arachnarok spiders, we can't dish out enough damage to them, because the Mortis Engine effect isn't really going to get rid of them. Alright, good, got rid of another one. Gonna keep focusing on them if we can. Although with Belagar here, we don't want him hitting us. Has he done any damage to us yet? He has. I'd say based on that, it's probably about one hit. There we go, Belagar shouldn't be a problem. He's got next to no health left.
Execution is my special ability. Power. Every ounce of force.
Come on, hit it.
To the very last. Battle's looking bleak. I give honorable deaths.
And of course, with the chainsword, we have Unbreakable, so at no point is he going to decay. They can't inflict any moral penalties. So that means you don't need to get the Sword of Cain for that. That being said, you can only equip either the Sword of Cain or the Chainsword. Chainsword will dish out more damage, but the Sword of Cain will give you more resistance. If we had the Sword of Cain, I don't think we would have taken anywhere near this much damage. Not even close.
Lack of skill undoes the champion.
I'm not seeing any Warriors of Chaos around here. Maybe we routed them off the battlefield already. I think they've already been army lost. Can see the other three factions here. Okay, I think we just got rid of Zinch. Yeah, they just got army lost. It's just the age-old alliance of greenskins and dwarfs fighting side by side. Yep. We got 3,000 kills. So there were a total of 4,452 enemies that showed up on the battlefield. There's 1,000 left. So unlike with that Skaven battle when we played with Arbal, Skulltaker's actually killed the vast majority of them, which is good. That's what we want to do. Actually, the more damage we take, the later the army loss penalty will be inflicted, the more kills we'll inflict on them. How much damage has Wurzag done? I think that's mostly just due to his abilities, like this one here. And there we go, we army lost them. I reckon the Arachnarok spiders, yeah, definitely, yeah, they were really quite dangerous. So they did more damage to us than Archaon, just because of how difficult it was to get rid of them, because you couldn't friggin' target them. So, do I think... Oh, there's something left from the Warriors of Chaos. Do I think that this one-man Doomstack is better than Arbal? Because Arbal ended the battle and he wasn't even damaged. The opponent that Arbal went up against was not as tough as this. You know, we went up against Skaven. And it was just like 3 full stacks with, you know, decent troops. It wasn't that many, you know, magical enemies or anything like that. This was almost entirely magical attacks. All of the... Well, actually, I'm not sure all the Warriors of Chaos was. But Archaon is about as tough as an opponent you're ever going to go up against. And plus there was like 3 of the... what's that noise that I keep making? 3 of the Arachnarok spiders. I think all of 3 of which are dead. And also... Belagar Ironhammer and Wurzag stripping us of our spell resistance. As far as like a situation goes, you're never going to encounter anything as tough as this. Even endgame Crisis armies, like all bunched up together, are never going to be as tough as this. The combination of these 4 opponents is extremely powerful. And Skulltaker, without the Sword of Cain, you know, took a bit of damage, but I wasn't really trying that hard, to be honest. Probably could have done a little bit more cycle charging instead of just staying in the blob. Maybe try to focus on killing the what's it called? The Arachnarok spiders earlier. We would have saved a lot of damage. And then again, could also pick up the Sword of Cain if he wants to get even stronger. But yeah, this is a really strong one-man Doom stack. But is it a really strong one-man Doom stack because it's Skulltaker, or is it because of all the different things now that we can do to actually boost any kind of one-man Doom stack? I think it's actually the latter of the two. When it comes to Skulltaker, he's definitely extremely strong, especially when it comes to physical resistance, especially when you're playing as his campaign. But I don't think he's like the best one-man Doom stack by any means, because there are other characters in the game that can get 90% ward save without picking up the Sword of Cain. So some examples of that is the Cathay Dragons, the Dragon Lords. All three of them are able to get regen by using the Von Carstein Blade, or by getting Isabella's defeat trait, which I'm still kind of surprised. I mean, I've told you guys loads of times how to get it, and people just not sending it in with it, but it's fine, no big deal. But yeah, with the Dragon Lords, they've all got really good equipment. They've got innate ward save, and then they've got a banner on top of that that can give them 20% ward save, and then of course they've got the Bejeweled Dagger, which is a ridiculous amount of ward save on top of that. So I think they're all able to get the 90% ward save that way. And because they're able to transform, they have 2 sets of regen. So they're, in my opinion, still the GOATs when it comes to the one-man Doom stacks. But what about Malice Darkblade? No, I don't think Malice Darkblade is the king of one-man Doom stacks. It still is either Yuan Bo, Zhao Ming, or Miao Ying. As for which one is best, it doesn't really matter, since it really comes down to the equipment, and they all just get the same equipment essentially to get the ward save. But probably the actual strongest by a tiny margin, I think, would be Zhao Ming, because he's got natural regen in his skill tree, so that means you wouldn't have to equip the Von Carstein Blade. You could equip something else if you really wanted to. So I'd give Zhao Ming still the top marks for that. And also he's got, I think, a bit higher innate ward save as well. So just in case anything was reducing your damage resistance by any means. Wurzag's still there, so he's still stripped away our spell resistance. So I'm just going to like get in here. Maybe we'll be able to auto resolve that. No. Okay, I'm just going to pause it while I sort out this, because I want to see what his actual spell resistance is, and I can't do that without Wurzag getting out of the way. Yeah, so took them out. Obviously that was easy. And of course, by winning the battle in the previous one, we actually restored all of our health. But now we'll see what his actual spell resistance is, because of all the global bonuses that he's gotten. Yeah, 110%. Because I think it's Obsidian that gives you spell resistance. Is that right? Yeah, spell resistance plus 5% faction-wide. So that's pretty significant, getting all of that. So he's going around getting all of these resources. You know, all of the medicines, all of the iron, all the stuff that's going to make you stronger. That's in the game, because yeah, gone all over the place there and maxed them out to make Skulltaker this strong here. So I'm going to rate it in a comparison, comparing it to Zhao Ming. How strong do I think Skulltaker is in his current form compared to an equally amount of effort Zhao Ming? I'd probably say that Skulltaker is about 60% of his strength. So basically it would take 2 Skulltakers to take out 1 Zhao Ming if he had the same equipment, the Helm of Draiska trait, and the banner that, of course, that he's able to get through their faction, through their technology tree. So still a really good one-man Doom stack, don't get me wrong. But I still think that Zhao Ming or the Cathay Dragons are still the GOAT. And then shortly behind that is like Malice Darkblade. Even though his ward save got a little bit nerfed, I guess that would actually impact a fair bit on his viability as a one-man Doom stack now, since it's mostly physical resistance instead of ward save. Same sort of thing that happened with Vlad, although he still has his Von Carstein ring providing ward save. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree with my ranking of Skulltaker being 60% the strength of Zhao Ming, given, you know, equal amounts of like perfected gear and not the Sword of Cain, same traits, all that kind of stuff. Also, I just had a thought that maybe he didn't get the Sister Sword trait. He might already have maxed out traits, because this looks like a fair bit. I don't mind if you guys use the mod, the unlimited trait mod for this. To set up your one-man Doom stacks. If it looks like you're using console commands to to put the traits in, it'll seem pretty obvious because it'll just all be defeat traits. That's kind of where I'll draw the line. It's got to look like you've at least put some effort into it, not just cheated it. Otherwise, nobody's going to respect that. But yeah, I can respect what this guy did here. Put in the effort. Looks like he did it all manually, apart from, you know, cheating the enemy armies here, which, again, no problem with that. Anyway, that's in this one. Appreciate this one being sent in. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.